1, 2, 3. Hi. You're going to meet Heidi, and by the time we're done, you're going to be very excited about what Heidi has been able to do on her farm. So please, who is Heidi?
Hello, Christopher. Heidi is a banker, but her part-time hobby is a farmer. I own a pig farm in Ikorodu, Lagos, Nigeria.
So she owns a pig farm. How many pigs do you have now? About how many?
We have close to 300 and about 45 sows. And the capacity of the farm, I'm told, is about 450, 500. We haven't tested that yet, and we're hoping to go to that size.
So they reached out to me about 2 years ago, and they're looking for an alternative power solution for their farm. We're not going to discuss that today. The reason I'm here is because they have a biodigester, and I'm pretty excited. Even though it's not up and running yet, it does have gas. And what they do is, well, I'll let her tell you what the reason behind a biodigester and what a biodigester does, and we'll show it to you.
Okay, so we bought a farm about 3 years ago, and there was a whole host of issues that we had to deal with. From lack of records, from sorting out a feed strategy, from sorting out a waste. The farm was completely off-grid, so we had no power. So basically, at that time, we didn't know what issue to tackle first. So we were contacting several people to try to understand. We eventually decided that we had to sort out our herds and introduce some record keeping onto the farm, design a feed strategy, and then after that we now look to tackle the issue of pig waste. So currently in Nigeria, all the pig waste is just dumped and burnt. So I think that we're going to be the first pig farm. I don't know of any other pig farm that we are looking to install. We have installed the biodigester.
So let's take a walk towards it as you talk.
Is working.
And please, sorry about the generator noise. That's part of why we're here, to make sure that we don't, go ahead, to make sure we no longer have to deal with the noise from a generator. So what they've done is, instead of what you normally find an in-ground biodigester, they've done, so go ahead, tell us what you've done.
We put this biodigester bag. This is the inlet area.
This is where all the waste comes in from?
So, yes, from the pipe in the corner there, the liquid waste comes in, and then the solid waste is thrown in there and mashed. And the idea is this pipe is the wrong pipe. This is what we have the issue in Nigeria, trying to get people to understand what you're doing. And this pipe was wrongly installed, so we have to change
the
that.
diameter of the pipe is too small. It's supposed to be bigger.
Yes.
So it keeps plugging because it cannot process the solids that are coming through it.
So we're going to change that pipe, and then it's pumped into the biodigester bag. Actually, we can do a little video of the gas coming out of the bag.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
So here is the bag that stores all the waste. And go ahead.
Yeah, and this is the outlet. So there's two byproducts from the biodigester. There's the gas, which comes out of here, and is essentially cleaned up and stored in that gas bag.
So that bag is where the gas is stored,
yes.
And this is where everything comes into.
So that's the gas outlet pipe into the gas storage bag.
Okay.
And here we have this slurry outlet. So this is the slurry pit. So that's the second. We've emptied it at the moment because there was an issue with trying to make sure that this chamber was completely waterproof. So we had to empty it. As you can see, the slurry water marks. And we've proofed the water chamber, and hopefully it's being dried out now, and then hopefully this will be waterproof. So all of that setup is working. To try and make the farm cleaner, because that's our goal, we now bought that. It's a solid liquid extractor, and that process is not working, and that's why Chris is here today to help.
So what they have now is, so once the waste is converted into gas, there is a byproduct, and that byproduct is called slurry. That slurry comes in here, and what they want to do is turn it into some form of solid, well, remove the solids from it, and then keep the nutrients. And this here is what actually squeezes the liquid and removes solid, or extracts it.
Yes. So it comes in through here, pumps it through there, then
right.
it extrudes the solid matter through there.
And then a solid comes out here, and then the liquid goes in here, and that liquid is fertilizer.
But yeah, it's high in nutrients, and then we have a farm down the road that we pump and then we fertilize. That's the idea. So it's supposed to be take something that was polluting the environment,
right?
And we're trying to be a green farm, actually. But the process of getting everything to work is taking a lot more of our time than we thought.
So we'll pause the video for now, and then we'll go in and take a look at the pigs. Is that okay? We'll
The red bag.
So you can see the gas. So we got a stove. We lit the stove, and as you can see the flames coming up from the gas. Wow, the flames coming up from the stove that's being generated by pig waste. Pretty exciting, right? Go. So this is where the feed is done.
Yeah, this is our feed storage and our feed mill area. So unlike, again, we are completely off-grid when we bought this farm. So you can see that when we got this mill, it's a petrol mill. But as we've expanded, we've also discovered that this mill is not even suitable for our needs. So we're looking to buy a much more powerful electric mill that can probably mill about 150 to 200 kilograms of corn per hour. But to do that, we need electricity. So this is where the circular problem. So that's why we have Chris here again today to see how can we get 24/7 electricity on our farm. And so that's another complication. So until then, it takes 6 to 8 hours a day to mill the corn for the pigs, which is not sustainable, especially as we are growing. So it's a nice problem to have, but it can be frustrating.
So after the next phase, so you can see, look at this is all corn. And this is just to feed, you need how many pounds? 400 pounds a day?
400 kilograms.
They need 400 kilograms. That is a lot. So that's almost over 800 pounds of feed to keep 300 pigs going. Wow. So before you go in, they ask you to sterilize your feet. So it's a solution of disinfectant and bleach to prevent you from bringing pathogens or bacteria or anything into the pens. So there you go. So she's also a mom.
This is a sow pen.
It's a sow pen, so only the females are here.
The females that are pregnant.
Pregnant females.
And so this one is heavily pregnant. She's due any day now.
Yeah, baby will be popping out anytime soon.
And this one here is a mother with 12 piglets. As you can see that we have some runs who are a bit cold, and to install a creep area we need like electricity to run our heat lamps 24/7. And another reason why we're trying to get this 24/7 power up and going.
So these piglets require heat in order to grow. If you don't provide heat, then they expend a lot of energy just trying to stay warm, and what happens is they don't grow as fast because all the energy is being used just to keep them warm.
Like look at the behavior of those ones.
Look at
cuddling
these.
together.
They're cuddling, trying to stay warm as well. See, they all hurt.
So this one, we've isolated this one because she's been hurt. She was in a fight with the others. So we've isolated her in this pen, and we've mixed some medicine in. That's why there's
medicine
instead of in the feeder.
Instead of in the feeder.
So
she got her butt kicked. That's what it means.
And these are ones that we are beginning. These are actually the pigs that we bought from outside the farm. These are new gilts, the ones that I told you about, that we bought about 12 new gilts to form part of our breeding herd. So we're trying to improve the quality of our stock. Yes. Yeah. I need to check something else.
Why is she scratching,
Why
right?
she's scratching. Yeah. They have all these odd behaviors sometimes that you just have to notice. It looks like she has some bites. I'll have to check that one. Okay. And here are two of our boars. You can smell them.
These are the boys.
We're eventually going to move to AI.
Eventually they'll go to artificial insemination, but these are the guys that do the work. See how big they are? They can't wait to get to the female.
Yes, but then you have to match them to size.
Really? So they don't
so
kill.
you can't
Jesus
match
Christ, look at the
them.
size of the...
Wow.
That is a big boy.
Yeah. You can't have him service those little ones. So we have some little boys that are coming along that we're raising with these ones so that you can be able to service. These are too big for these ones.
Okay.
So eventually you have to sell these ones too because they'll be too big. And these ones are the ones that have just either been just weaned or waiting to be served. So they're just getting fattened now, and they'll be served by the boys.
So they made babies and they're no longer feeding the babies.
Yes, yes.
So now they're ready to get
served again.
Okay.
Yes. It's being grouped. Eventually, we need to get all the pigs in a group housing in a better, but that takes time. And this one, look at the mama and her babies.
Oh, she has a lot. How many
Yes,
is one?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So this has 11 piglets.
Yes.
And you see they're huddling to stay warm too.
She's pregnant. She's
Okay.
due. And
This one is pregnant. This one too looks very pregnant.
Yes, she's farrowing.
So this is one that killed her.
Yes.
That killed her piglets. No, look. Yeah, they're trying to stay warm, as you could see. As you can see, this is where the waste goes from when they wash it, and then it goes into the pack where we just came from, the biodigester. Another pregnant sow. Another pregnant one. Pretty cool how this stuff is designed. It's pretty cool how you have this thought through.
This was here already.
Okay,
I can't even claim that was here already. So there's still a lot you can do and improve on.
Well, this one has a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Lucky 13. And this one is pregnant too?
Yes. And we have
Okay, she's drinking.
Yes, she's drinking. Yes.
So instead of putting troughs there, they have this little feeding nipple.
Yeah, there used to be just these
Drinking
concrete
nipples,
troughs, but
okay.
it used to get so we didn't feel it was hygienic enough.
So they're giving them, let me see if I could zoom in on the nipple so you could see. You see it? So instead of having concrete troughs, they have the nipples there and they drink water right from that nipple. The water is cleaner, doesn't get contaminated. Pretty nifty. So this is the entrance to the farm, and let me take you in so we take a better look. And then you see the structures. I didn't show that to you at the beginning. So these are the pens, and they also have housing for the staff. Housing for the staff. O lè ṣe kíní àti parí fídíò wa. Òun mo bá sọ̀rọ̀. O lọ ṣe. So this is where the biodigester is. As you can see, they intend to put another one here. And then they want to do aquaponics and fishery here. So they have fish and plants growing here at the same time. So right now, this is how they power when they're not using generators. This is how they power the place. They use what do you call it? Well, some very crude solar that someone put in for them. For what they do, they don't need something this unreliable. So this is a crude initial installation they did. 12 volt single battery. And then this has failed. I guess the inverter went bad. So they've disconnected the battery from the charge controller. And then they're using this one. They're able to charge phones, power fans for the pigs. I don't know if I showed you, but each of the pig pens has a fan. Actually, it has multiple fans. So they power that using this single battery and this 1000 watt 12 volts. I'm not sure this is 1000 watts, but you can never tell, to power the fans. And then these are the solar panels right out here. Okay, once again, this is Dr. Solar coming to you from Ikorodu, Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please post them below and I'll be very happy to respond to your questions. Thank you to Heidi for giving us her time and for showing us her farm.